As you get into more advanced animation in Maya, you'll find that it's better to animate on a control rig than on the object itself. In some of the previous examples we've seen, we've been animating directly on the object. So we've been animating on the object, which in this case is a sphere. But one of the best ways to animate in Maya is to actually create a control rig. One of the things we use to create that is NURBS curves. So let's go ahead and deselect everything. We'll go ahead and go here to create. We'll go NURBS primitives and we'll say circle. You can use circles for a lot of different rig objects and they're really good. Now by default it'll create this circle at about the same circumference as your sphere, so we'll go ahead and we'll scale this up just a little bit. Let's just go ahead over here and go to modify and freeze transforms to just make sure that everything is set to neutral. We'll go to edit, delete by type and history, get rid of these history nodes. So now we have a control. And that's great. We want to align the control and make sure that it's in the center of the sphere, the same place that we want the sphere to rotate around. So we'll go to our move tool, or you can go right over here into your channel box and you can just type 1. Because the sphere was created above the ground plane, it's 1 unit up to its center point. However, one of the problems you get from moving the actual control is it either has these translate values in the channels, or you have to freeze transforms, which could be a problem if there's some rotation element to it. So for instance, if we wanted to connect this control, this NURBS control to your sphere, one of the ways to do that is if you go to Windows, General Editors, and then Connection Editor. We'll go ahead and reload our left here. That'll bring up the NURBS curve. We'll select the sphere, we'll reload our right. This is going to be our control. This is going to be what is being controlled. Okay, so the translate on the left is going to control the translate on the right. However, because this NURBS curve has a translate of 1 on it, watch what happens. We'll connect the translate from our control object to the translate to the child object, and you'll see because there's that offset on it, it's going to move that object up. It's going to try to incorporate that value, and if we select the sphere, you can see that it connects those translate values and puts a 1 in for Y. So let's undo that and let's show you a way that you can get around that. We'll go ahead and take our control here. We'll set it back to 0. We'll call this control. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to go up here. We're going to group it. This group is going to serve as our offset node. So we'll call this an offset. And we'll go ahead and we'll put that 1 in the translate of Y on the offset. Now you'll notice if you open this up, you select your control, it's in a neutral state now. All the translates rotates are at 0. The scales are at 1. So let's try that again, still with our NURBS curve and our sphere. We'll select translate, we'll connect that to the translate of the sphere, and you'll see there's no translation on the sphere. We'll do the same thing with rotate. We'll also connect scale. So now what happens is if you want to animate, you'll be animating on this NURBS curve. So if you select the NURBS curve, you can move it around, you see the sphere follows. You can rotate it, you can see the sphere follows that. If you go into wireframe view, you can see that sphere rotating. And then if you go to scale and scale that curve, you can see it does the same thing. So that's an easy way to create a control rig in Maya, and in future tutorials we'll show you how to create a more complex rig. As with anything in Maya, there's a lot of different ways to do the same thing. So if you have any questions about this or want to see any other different methods, please leave a comment and let me know what you're looking for. As always, thanks again for watching. Have a great day.